Ladies and gentlemen, this is a quick video in regards to the midterm elections that we are still kind of going through. But let me just tell you this. This is all off the top of my head. This is nothing written down, but I am extremely disappointed with everyone in America. You guys are American citizens. You live in America. You already know everything is screwed up in a lot of these states, okay, especially in California. And yet you guys continue to vote for Democrat. I call them Demoncrats. The bottom line is if anyone has a D next to their name right now and they're running for political office, they're pretty much not ignorant to what's going on in America and around the world, but they're evil. Okay, this is just my opinion. You can take it or leave it. But a lot of people that are Democrats, if you voted on the Democrat side, a lot of people were interviewed. If you don't know what the heck you're voting for, you should either not vote or make sure you do your research on who you're voting for. The Democrats are a complete disaster, destroying America and our way of life, and you want to vote for them. And a lot of people said they voted just because their friends and family said so. That ain't good enough. Hopefully you need to do more research from now on going forward on who the heck you're voting for. On top of that, people were interviewed. If you don't know who your president is, your vice president, if you don't understand what the heck is, how everything is structured in the government, if you don't know what's going on in your community, if you're only paying attention to the mainstream news media and you're not paying attention and doing research, if you understand that mainstream news media is they have one way of thinking, no alternative thought, no alternative opinions. Okay, it's one way or the highway, and you need to understand the other side of what's going on. Same thing with being censored. You're censored. The Republicans and the conservatives, which is really what you need to be voting for. The Democrats are the only ones allowed on the mainstream news. They're the only ones that have an opinion in the big tech like Facebook and YouTube. If you have any other thought on mainstream news, you're not allowed on. Okay. If you only pay attention to mainstream news and that's all you get, you're not getting the whole story, ladies and gentlemen. And I personally feel that you need to do research. You need to talk to other people. You need to check outside of the mainstream news to get another point of view. If you don't see what the heck is going on in America, you're lost. You need to see this. And the Democrats don't care about America. They want one world government. They want to take control of everything. They say more government is better. You're too stupid. You can't think for yourself. Okay, there is so much going on here, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm completely frustrated with the fact that people are voting just like it's no big deal. This is your country. If you live in America, okay, if you really want to go to a socialist republic, you want the government to control everything that you do. Basically, in a one world government, you're going to have dictators at the top, which is what you have right now. Okay. You're going to basically be dictated to. You're going to be told where you can live, how you get your health care, how you do this, how you do that, instead of having a free society. My God, there is so much that I could go over here, and I could literally go on and on. But the most important thing that I feel is you're not educated, because if you were, you wouldn't have voted Democrat. You're not educated. And it's important. You don't understand how important it is. Young teenagers and college students were asked a lot of political questions and things. They have no idea what's going on. Okay. The bottom line is if you don't know what's going on, you shouldn't vote because you're voting for the wrong people. Okay. That's really the bottom line. Look, understand this. Again, censorship with big tech. You can have a difference of opinion. I understand that if you say hate speech or something like that, but when you give an opinion, okay, on social media, YouTube, using videos, Facebook, all these other platforms, if you're a conservative, if I'm a conservative and I give an opinion, that opinion should, heck, you might not even see this video, okay? Your opinion should be put out there and let people freaking decide what they should be thinking, okay? The bottom line is they're saying that you're giving misinformation. It is not the mainstream media. It's not big tech's job to go ahead and dictate who is giving false information. For example, right now it's daylight outside, okay? If I want to go on and I want to say, hey, it's nighttime outside right now, it's not mainstream media, it's not big tech's job to go ahead and say, hey, that's false information. It's not nighttime, it's daytime outside. That's not their job. Okay? The job of free speech is to voice your opinion and let the freaking people decide what is freaking real, okay, or not. Okay? So, one big problem right now is that everything is being censored and silenced. If you don't understand that basic thing, you are misled. Okay? The bottom line is you need to understand there is a lot more at stake than, there's a lot more at stake than abortions. Okay? There's a lot more at stake than just abortions and the minuscule things that people are talking about. Oh boy, I tell you, I am so disappointed in America. I'm disappointed in the people that voted. If you did vote like this, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. It's your fault that we're going to go downhill. The Republicans and the conservatives care about American values, okay? And it's the exact opposite of what the Democrats want. Like I said, Demoncrats, okay? Here's what Republicans believe in, and I guess I'll have to do another video. My goodness. Look, we believe in God for the most part, okay? We believe in pro-life, meaning every life matters, including a baby that couldn't make a decision on whether to live or not, okay? And as far as that abortion rights, Roe versus Wade gave it back to the states, ladies and gentlemen. The state of California, you can still have an abortion. It's just, you got to understand, the Democrats want a lot of government to control you, and the Republicans want less government, less control over you, and only do the things that are absolutely necessary as far as governing. Okay? You know, you want to be more free, not be more controlled. The Republicans want freedom, and the Democrats want control over you, mandates and stuff, mandates, mass mandates, vaccine mandates. Ladies and gentlemen, if you voted Democrat, you voted because you want them to control you. Okay? So we talked about abortion. We believe in free speech. Okay? Everyone can say their mind and let the people sort it out. None of this BS about, oh, that's misinformation. That's Russian disinformation. That's BS. Okay? It's up to you to decide what's true or false. We also believe in being able to have a gun, the right to defend yourself. It's not just because we want to defend against the citizens of America, just in case something goes wrong, but it's all ultimately to defend against tyranny and overreach of government also. That's the whole reason we want to have guns. And it's not the guns that do the bad things, it's the people that do bad things, right? So having the right to bear arms is very, very crucial. We believe in a closed border. Without borders, you don't have a country, ladies and gentlemen. The Democrats are allowing everybody to flood into the country. Okay? What happens when they come into the country? They These people that come in, listen, I'm all about letting people come into our country. America is a melting pot of the world, okay? It's fine. You got to come in the right way. But when they come in like this, flooding in 2 million people a year, okay, or more that we know of, there's more than that. All these drugs come with the people. The borders are open. The Border Patrol can't stop them. We don't have any deterrence. The wall was a deterrent to keep people from just walking across into our country. The Democrats stopped that. So we need borders. We need to limit the drugs coming into our country. Limit the amount of people come into our country. The people that come in, they could be sick. They could be murderers and killers and rapists and everything else. We've already seen that happening. God, my God, you know what? There is just so much. I'm just probably going to stop on this topic alone, and I'll do another video and maybe talk about some of the specifics. But I'm frustrated, guys. This is ridiculous. There is no reason these evil people should be in control unless the people voting for them are ignorant or evil. And if other than that, you just need to vote for the right people. But anyway, back to our borders. So you got people coming in. These people, it takes money to take care of them. We pay for it, all the taxpayers. Okay. We could be put our money toward everything else instead of this crap, right? These are not asylum seekers, ladies and gentlemen. These are just people coming in looking for a better opportunity. And I get it, but you got to do it the right way. You got to know what America's about. You got to understand about America and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. You can't just come in and be completely ignorant. You got to learn some English. Okay, this is America. Okay, but they're coming in, they're flooding the borders. They have to be taken care of with medical things. Maybe they're going to have babies. Maybe they're sick. Maybe they whatever the heck. We're paying for it. We got to take care of housing. We got to take care of all of these things. And we have other things that we need to take care of in our country. Okay? So the drugs are killing people, the fentanyl, we got to stop that. We can't even focus on that. The Border Patrol is too busy processing people instead of stopping people from coming across. And like I said, we're all about a melting pot of the world. We're all about that. So the bottom line is, America, you ought to be a dang shame to yourself. Okay, if I had a dang campaign manager, I would run for House of Representative. I would be one of the fighters for free speech and gun rights and pro-life and all for our military and our CIS. I would be for America. That's what MAGA is all about. They're trying to make MAGA a bad thing. Make America great again. If this is your country and you're voting, you should want America great, whether it be again or if it was never a great, make it great. But way you make it great, you close the borders, you have more jobs, you get our education system back on track where they're teaching education and not all this indoctrination of stuff. You know, it's not the school's job to teach sex. It's not the school's job to teach about different things as far as, oh, I want to be a man or a boy or a girl. I can decide that. That's not their job. Their job is to educate reading, writing, and math, arithmetic and history, real history, whatever the history is, it doesn't matter. God, there's so much. Ladies and gentlemen, you ought to be ashamed. I'm ashamed of all you voters. If you in fact voted for Democrat, you should be ashamed of yourself. You really should. And if you didn't, if the large majority of people voted Republican, which you should have done if you give a dang about America and your way of life here, then there's something going on with the election system. I think on last thing I'll say, we need to go back to paper ballots. You need to have election day, not election week or month or whatever the heck. Okay. And you need to have hand counting with high security. You know, I call it vote Amish. Bottom line is, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'm going to end this video. Thanks a lot, and I'll catch you on the next video. I got a lot to discuss, but I'm frustrated, and you should be as well. Thanks a lot. Take care. God bless America.